Have you ever met a dog who truly believed he was royalty? Meet Max. Golden fur, sparkling eyes, tail that wags like a metronome of joy. Max doesn't just live in his house, he rules it. Every morning, like clockwork, he races to the bedroom door before the alarm rings. One bark, two spins. And just like that, his humans, Emily and Daniel, are wide awake, smiling and ready to start their day. To Max, every moment is a celebration. Breakfast time, parade-worthy, walks, royal tours of the neighborhood, couch snuggles, his rightful throne beside his adoring subjects. The backyard is Max's favorite kingdom. He guards it from invading squirrels, flying leaves, and that one rogue garden gnome who still looks suspicious. His life is perfect, balanced, peaceful, until one rainy Tuesday, everything changed. The front door opened. Max pranced to greet his humans, only to halt, sniff, stare. In Daniel's arms was something else, small, furry, with eyes like secrets and a tail that flicked like a challenge. A cat, her name, Whiskers, rescued from the alley behind Emily's bookstore, cold, alone, soaked to the bone. To Emily, she was a new family member. To Max, an intruder. Max barked. Whiskers hissed. Max lunged, stopped short by Daniel's gentle, "No, Max!" Whiskers bolted under the couch. It wasn't just tension, it was war, for the first time ever. Max felt uncertain, uneasy, unloved. His humans still pet him, yes, but they also cradled Whiskers, fed her, whispered soft things to her. And Max sulked. For weeks, the house was divided. Max on one end, Whiskers on the other, two souls orbiting the same family, but never connecting. Emily tried gentle introductions. Daniel brought treats and toys, but Max didn't want to share, and Whiskers didn't want to be near. Every hiss from Whiskers stung. Every bark from Max echoed rejection. The warmth of home now carried shadows. And Max wondered, was there still room for him in his kingdom? There was an invisible line drawn down the house. Max knew exactly where Whiskers might be hiding, and Whiskers always knew when Max was near. They avoided each other like fire and water. But fire and water don't live in the same living room. Emily, ever the peacemaker, had an idea. A soft fleece blanket. Both their scents mixed together, placed in the center of the room, a neutral zone. Max sniffed it cautiously. Whiskers circled it like prey. For days, they just stared. But eventually, Max stepped onto it. And Whiskers didn't run. It was a start. One lazy afternoon, Max dozed beside the couch. Whiskers crept down from the bookshelf, not toward Max, but toward a sunny patch of rug. They lay, just 5 feet apart, eyes closed, breathing soft. No barks, no hisses. It wasn't friendship, but it wasn't war either. One morning, Max found his favorite squeaky toy, covered in fur. Whiskers had batted it across the hallway all night. He growled. She stared. He picked it up and walked away, then paused, turned around, and dropped it near her. For once, she didn't hiss. In fact, she gave it a tiny, respectful swat. That night, a thunderstorm rolled in. Max usually loved rain, but Whiskers? She trembled under the table. Max noticed. He walked over, sat beside her, didn't bark, didn't nudge, just sat. Still. Whiskers peeked up, and for the first time crept forward, pressed against his warm fur. They stayed like that all night, side by side, silent, safe. Something changed after the storm. Max didn't growl when Whiskers approached his food bowl. Whiskers didn't hiss when Max bounded into the kitchen. They sat side by side, waiting together. Max invited Whiskers into his favorite place, the backyard. At first, she stayed near the door, but Max barked at butterflies and chased a falling leaf. Whiskers pounced at shadows, climbed halfway up the oak tree. They met in the sunbeam, side by side, two different spirits learning the same joy. One afternoon, Max couldn't find his toy bone. He barked and whined until he saw a flick of tail under the couch. Whiskers had hidden it. On purpose? Maybe. But when she nudged it back with a playful flick, Max barked in delight. A game, a secret code just for the two of them. When Emily's parents visited, they were worried. "A dog and a cat?" they said. "That'll never work." But there they were, Max and Whiskers, curled up on the same rug. They didn't even flinch when the doorbell rang. They just yawned. One crisp autumn day, Whiskers slipped through the garden gate. Max barked in alarm. He ran in circles, scratched at the door, whined until Daniel followed. They searched the block, the park, the alley. Then, finally, Whiskers, perched on a branch, too high to jump. Max barked until Emily saw. They rescued her together, and Whiskers. She curled into Max's side the whole way home. Mornings used to be Max's solo show. But now, two shadows race to the bedroom door. Max barks once. Whiskers meows softly. Emily opens her eyes to a duet of furry anticipation. The bed becomes a jungle gym. Tails wag and flick. Paws pounce. It's no longer a kingdom. It's a shared home. One chilly afternoon, Max brought over a slobbery tennis ball. Whiskers tilted her head, then disappeared. She returned with a crumpled receipt, her favorite crinkle. They traded. No growls, no hisses, just an understanding. Max dropped the ball. Whiskers batted the receipt. Back and forth. A dance of trust. Emily and Daniel watched as the couch, once a battlefront, became neutral ground. Whiskers would nap on the top cushion. Max curled below. Sometimes they'd flip, and sometimes they'd meet in the middle. Tangled fur, synchronized snores, peace, signed in paw prints and purrs. Daniel tried teaching Max a new trick. Roll over. Max tried and failed. Whiskers watched. Climbed on the coffee table. Rolled over unprompted. Daniel laughed. Emily clapped. Max looked at Whiskers and barked. Not in protest, but in amusement. Then tried again. Sometimes the student learns from the unexpected teacher. Emily set up the tripod. "Okay, everyone, say cheese!" Max sat upright, tail thumping. Whiskers leapt onto the armrest, then nudged Max's head. He licked her ear. Snap! A frame captured not just a picture, but a journey. From rivalry to respect. From strangers to siblings. And that's the tale of Max and Whiskers. A dog, a cat, a family. Because love doesn't need to match. It just needs to grow.